tends to help, but
It does make noise.
it's also very quiet because it's 1:30 in the morning.
It is 1:30 in the morning.
I'm tired.
The third game we've played tonight.
Yes, we just finished the playthrough after Danganronpa. We didn't finish Danganronpa yet, but we finished the playthrough after it.
The whole thing.
The whole thing in one sitting.
And it was quite a bit of brain power. I don't remember this cutscene.
It's green stars, baby.
This is so cute.
Yes, the green stars, baby. What was I about to look up? I was about to look up what I'm supposed to talk about with you.
That's fair.
I only have like 4 more things.
Let's move this a little bit closer.
That's fair. Please be careful. The bench is fragile. The bench is very fragile. Yes. Okay. Now we're cozy. Now we're nice and cozy. Oh, because I'm not gonna. Jeez Louise. Okay, so to begin, this will be many more than 2 episodes, but I only have 2 things left to talk about. Yes.
Dang.
So
I don't have many either.
One of them is one that I will talk about now, which is we were talking about Bob the Builder.
Do I get to skip a cutscene later if I click the third one?
If you click the third one and then just jam... Well, the third one's a different level, I think.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
Bob
Just enter the same level if you know there's another one in there, and then you'll skip cutscenes. So Bob the Builder and his vehicles that all have sentience, right?
Yeah.
So, like, we were talking... I don't remember how this even came up. But we were talking about, like, what if they didn't always, you know? Like, one day they were just gifted with sentience.
Okay.
And Bob the Builder had to just now deal with vehicles that had, like, free will and stuff that he was not prepared for. And that was like, where are you going?
There's not one here. I don't know. I thought
here
maybe
being where?
Just on this side.
This is the back side. Okay, so Danny does not remember where these are.
No, not remotely.
That's pretty good. That's fun. That'll make it fun.
I remember where the fun ones are.
Gotcha. Well, that's gonna be a problem though, because you need to listen. Though I will tell you before you go past any.
The point of no return.
Sound? Yeah.
Or don't. It'll be funny.
I guess that's fair.
If I go, tell me if I go past the last one.
Yes, that's what I mean. Okay. Tell you after you go past it?
No,
or
if
before?
I'm going to, I mean.
Yes. Okay. So that's fair. So yeah. So don't leave this planet then.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember that one. Okay.
I figured. It's probably one here.
So imagine that Bob is working with his vehicles, you know,
as he does.
Rolly and Craney and whatever. This is not the way you're gonna want to do it. You can backflip. You can just backflip to the top. You don't have to like.
Felt so cool though.
Sorry, I didn't explain that well. You could just backflip where you were. Like it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. This is fine. This is great. This is fine. This is going to end well. Okay, Bob the Builder, his vehicles gain sentience, right?
Spontaneously.
And they're just like, we don't really feel like working today. And just like Bob having to deal with like, sorry, like I know you have this like contract job that you needed to do, but my dump truck said he's done working for the day. And like, I can't, and the guy's just like, we need these houses for the that's what it was. They were going to build houses for the orphans. And all the vehicles were like, no, but we don't really want to do that right now. And Bob's like, we have to. They contracted us to do this job, and the vehicles were like, oh, I didn't sign anything. It's like, but you're just a rolling pin. It's not. I should have waited for Priscilla to be awake to tell this story.
You're a rolling pin.
Because that didn't work as well as I wanted it to. But it was really funny when we were talking about it. Maybe it'll come up again in a different episode. Maybe it's already come up again.
Maybe it has.
Who can say?
Wow. So they don't care about the orphans. They're born, they gain sentience,
and they're just like,
they don't gain morality.
Why would I have to work though? And they're like, no, you need to do your job. And they say, well, I didn't sign a contract, so like, why would I do my job? And it's like, well, because it's what you're made to do. And they're like, no, I don't want to. You're on the right track. There you go. Yeah, I don't want to backseat too much, but we also don't have any sound on, and that's like your biggest cue is the sound.
Maybe I should have pid it on the gamepad as well, and then I could have put headphones in the gamepad.
That would have been wild.
That would have been too much.
That would have been very weird to do that. Yeah. I did a brawl run one time on a marathon where I had in my ears blasting the delayed audio, and it was very confusing.
Oh my gosh.
It was not fun. But yeah, are we just going through these level by level, probably?
Probably.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't want to skip around more than I need to.
But hey, man, you got 2 starts, and it's only been 6 minutes. That's like a new record, bro.
Dude.
Bro, that's like not even nothing, dude.
It's 2 more than nothing, even.
It's 2 more. Dude.
Where is it? Can I see it?
No.
Can I see it?
No. But fair questions, honestly. I will tell you, when you first did this level, you went exactly where the star would appear, and nothing was there at the moment you did it wrong way.
Which means... Hold on.
Wrong way. Hold on, Luigi.
Oh, I have to do... I remember. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, if you want me not to backseat chat, that sucks, because I don't want him to waste our time, you know?
Yeah, our time is valuable when it's 1:30 a.m.
And our time is valuable when it's your time, too, you know?
Our time is limited.
In my brain, I was like, cool, we'll start... I'm yawning already. In my brain, I was like, cool, we'll start playing Galaxy at like 10 or 11, and we'll just finish the green stars, you know? That is not happening tonight. That is not gonna happen. No, it's fine. We did something else and it was productive, but like, it's not gonna happen tonight. There's no way.
I want you to just look at where I'm holding this.
Yeah, he's holding it straight up.
I'm holding it like up into the left.
Yeah, he's holding it up into the left.
Luigi has his own ideas.
Sometimes the gravity gets wonky.
Dude, I'm here for the wonk, honestly.
I'm here for all the wonk and the wank.
Love chocolate.
I'm not here for the wank, not right now.
No, that would make the playthrough extremely weird.
That'd be kind of weird, yeah.
It would be unique, though.
It would be, well, it'd be illegal. Should we start an OnlyFans and just, like, upload these videos? There's no rule that it has to be porn.
No, you could upload... Pornhub made a rule, I think, where you had to upload porn.
Did they? Because people were people were posting the Wendy's drive-thru or whatever.
Entire Formula 1 races.
Jeez Louise.
Were being pirated.
That is a really funny way to do that, though.
Really funny.
Because it's like, who is gonna check there? You know?
Have you seen the guys who will watch like MMA fights, like stream them, but hold a controller and push buttons so they don't get caught?
Jeez Louise. No, but that's pretty incredible.
We should break the law.
No,
we should pirate
not
stuff.
that kind of law. Hey guys, if you want to take money from Jeff Bezos for absolutely free, you can just take money out of his pocket. Hold on, I'm doing a pitch.
Okay.
Then come to the channel twitch.tv/filthyscriptgaming. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, just connect it to your Twitch account.
Yeah.
And go ahead and give your boy a sub.
For every...
It's absolutely free, and it takes money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket.
Have I told you my idea for executing the billionaires?
Oh boy. Okay.
So they should die, right?
Okay, I'm not quite in that realm of liberalism, but sure.
No one's gonna be that upset.
Well, a lot of money would then go to other people that
correct, but
would
it's more
also would take advantage of the money.
Yeah, but it's more.
You kill
than
a billionaire,
one person.
all their money's going to someone else, and it's a billionaire.
Trickle down murdernomics.
Trickle down Reaganomics. Okay.
Trickle down murdernomics.
You can see two of them right now.
You get. Oh yeah. You get the execution for a billionaire.
Okay, this is all in jest, right? Hopefully.
In French Revolution style.
Okay,
right?
I hope this is a jest.
Right,
chat.
this is in jest. Here's the deal. You
Yes.
make it public.
Okay.
Guillotine, maybe.
Okay.
Seems a little barbaric.
Yeah, it is. That's
More
why they
bang for your
outlawed
buck.
it. Do you know the last execution by guillotine was the
Wasn't it
same
like
year that Star Wars came out?
That's wild.
1975.
That's crazy.
Anyways, continue.
Make it public. Sell tickets to it. But these tickets obviously are going to go for a lot.
Yes.
So you take it out of that billionaire's money. So it's not just
that doesn't work.
So you pre-order a ticket, the billionaire pays for it against their will.
How is... Jeez Louise, Daniel.
So then, not only... then the money goes to a good cause or something, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think
Louise,
that far.
Daniel.
You pay for their own... You pay for the ticket with their money. And then... right before, their last moments, they're looking at all these people who just drained their pockets. The only thing they cared about, that was not the people in front of them.
Oh boy,
Their irony. It would be good in a book or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe not in real life. Maybe we shouldn't advocate for guillotining anyone on our channel.
I'm not advocating for guillotining. I'm just saying it's one of the solutions.
Okay, here's what we're going to do now, because you mentioned the guillotine and that brought up the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
This is another road trip journey that me and Priscilla went on directly after we went on the journey of Frank Cleveland, our hero.
Yes, okay.
Right after that, we went on... what's it called?
Yoshi for this?
We did, yeah, well, it's better to have Yoshi for that.
I just don't want to get him.
So we went down this rabbit hole of, like, those kind of weird timeline facts to really warp your perception of time. And I feel like this is a good 1 a.m. topic, you know?
Okay.
So I'm going to go through some of them that I found. So obviously the last guillotine happened 4 months after the first Star Wars film hit theaters. When did it happen? In France. The
Of
last
course.
execution by guillotine in France.
Where else
happened
would it
then.
be?
The Oxford University
Was
was
around
founded before the Aztecs fell.
Empire.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, before he fell. Mm-hmm. So the Aztecs came first.
Yes. No, the Aztecs were founded 200 years after Oxford became an academy,
Cool.
which is wild. Microsoft was founded the year that Spain was ruled by a fascist.
That doesn't mean as
Until
much to me.
1975. Yeah, there were fascists a lot of the time. But,
Yeah, that happens a lot in history.
the fax machine patent was filed 5 days after the first company left for the Oregon Trail.
Really?
Yeah. So it says the first
Really?
major wagon trail left in 1843. 5 days later, Alexander Bain filed his patent for the fax machine.
Fascinating.
Yeah, fax machines are old, man. They confuse.
That blows
I've
my
never
mind.
seen. Have you ever used a fax machine?
No.
Same. I've never seen it used, but I understand how it works.
It faxes things? I don't know. I don't even know what
The way that it works, from what I understand, and this is only what I understand from Zero Escape,
remote printing.
is that basically
You send a print to someone else's printer.
you send you put a thing in with words on it. It goes through your printer. No, yeah, it might be blank. I don't know. It's confusing. Anyways, Starry Night was painted the same year that Nintendo founded
That's funny.
as a corporation. Yes. What were you gonna?
Cool. I thought I knew something else about Starry Night, and then I realized
possible.
I don't. So that's cool.
That's fair. Here's another one: the abolition of slavery. So slavery
In America?
the last country on Earth where it was still legal, Mauritania.
Okay. I'm glad you're not
Mauritania.
looking at the screen, because I almost just did a very stupid thing.
No, it's totally fine.
But I saved it like a pro.
So 5 years. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna read the whole article here.
Okay.
In 2001, Steve Jobs changed the world when he launched the first version of the iPod.
And it ended slavery.
5 years later, when the 6th generation iPod was launched, slavery was abolished in the last country on Earth where it was still legal.
Where was that?
Mauritania.
Where is that?
I don't know.
Like, where is it? Africa?
Matt, Danny, put up a map. Point to it. Thank you.
Because I know everybody's like most of the slaves came from Africa, but I also know a lot of African kings got a lot out of slavery. So I feel like it makes sense that they just kind of
Yeah.
like there's not really a lot of people to stop it.
There's
if they're
a
all
lot
gone.
of slavery facts that are weird.
Yeah.
Like there were slaves living,
okay.
like former slaves that could have fought in World War II.
I know a former slave invented the traffic light,
Oh, that's wild.
which is like the coolest thing to come up with.
That is pretty neat. Saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, like it continues to do so.
Paid it forward. That's pretty good.
Like-
Well, didn't pay anything forward, but
No.
you know,
Broke the cycle, as they say.
broke the cycle. That's the term. Yes.
Do not pay slavery forward.
The last acknowledged living slave in America, which granted means he was probably born in slavery as a baby, right when it was
Right.
abolished. But the last living former slave died the same year that Disney World opened, Walt Disney World, in 1971.
gosh.
So that guy was probably about 100, would be my guess.
At least.
Which is wild. The classic one where the pyramids were built 900 years before the last woolly mammoth died.
That's wild.
The pyramids are old,
the one that
dude.
everybody always quotes is that Cleopatra was alive closer to the invention of the iPhone than the building of the pyramids, or just today, I guess.
I'm sure that's one of them on here. I'm not going to go through all these because there's 50 of them.
but she was with like Julius Caesar, so was it Julius?
I don't know if it was Julius. I don't know.
I think it was.
It might have been. It might have been. That also might just be pop culture. I don't know.
No, she got with like all the world leaders.
That's fair. Oh, this one's cool. Have you ever seen the clip of this? So, there was an old show on TV called I've Got a Secret, where a person would come out with something.
With
all
a
the
secret.
celebrity guests or the players of the game would have to guess, like, yes or no questions, ask yes or no questions to try to figure out what the secret was.
Right.
One of the guys, Samuel J. Seymour, came on the show.
Oh, I have heard of this.
His secret, do you remember what it is?
No.
His secret was when he was 5 years old, his parents took him to a production of Our American Cousin at Ford's Theater in Washington,
he was
D.C.
there when...
He was there when Lincoln was shot.
That's crazy.
And went on a game show in 1956 to talk about it, which is insane.
How does that work?
He was like 90-something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that the 1890s?
He was 90... He was 90... Oops, 91 when he went on the show.
Wow.
So that is insane to me.
Wild. I remember thinking, we had our great grandpa who died, and he was 96, 106.
106, yeah.
106. And I remember thinking at some point in like my 8th grade history class or something, when we were talking about it, that time of the late 1800s where Lincoln was around and all that kind of stuff. And I remember thinking like, that's one more of him, like just one more guy's life. And we're there.
No, if we trace back our history, it would get very quickly too.
Yeah.
Well, if we trace back the oldest relative we knew, and he went to the oldest one he knew, we'd probably be at Civil War. Right. Genuinely.
I remember my 8th grade history teacher also said, trying to get across how young the U.S. is.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, if you think back to like the early days of any country, like we're in ours. Like it's still happening. 200 years is not very long on the world in history. And I remember being like, whoa.
In terms of colonizing countries. Because nowadays, we're one of the oldest countries. Because almost the entirety of Africa, the countries are probably younger than America.
I mean, the countries, yeah.
Because they were all colonies, you know? And like so much of Asia and the Middle East has been split up since...
It's been split up, but there's been like traced history to it.
Yes, I really hope that didn't get picked up on the mic. I did a big old toot.
Yeah. Indigenous people did not, collaborate with the Europeans on their history.
No, but it is pretty wild.
Wow, okay. That was, speaking of trying to almost died.
No, that was cool though that you survived. I'm really happy for you.
Hey.
I'm glad you've been finding them on your own because I've not been paying attention.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know, I think these are fun, you know? The last death by firing squad in Utah. Utah was the last state in 2004, Utah, the last state to do so, changed their death sentence laws outlawing death by firing squad. Ronnie Lee Gardner, however, had been sentenced to death prior to the law change and still had it as an option. He chose this route and was killed on June 18th, 2010, the exact same day Toy Story 3 premiered in theaters.
Oh my gosh.
Which, like, I don't know.
Toy Story 3?
Yeah, Toy Story 3 was the last firing squad execution in America.
I remember that.
Shakespeare was alive. I have no idea. It doesn't say that. Shakespeare was alive when England began colonizing America.
Yeah, that's always wild to me. Shakespeare feels like 1500s to me.
He's 1606 is when he 1616 is when he died.
1492 Columbus left.
Well, the British started colonizing it in Jamestown in 1600s.
Yeah, so 1492, that gives them a whole century to...
But yeah, no, Shakespeare definitely feels like a 1400s kind of guy.
Yeah. Shoutouts to him for like half of English.
That's true.
I'm mad I can't do that anymore.
What, just make up a language?
Make up words.
You can do that whenever you want.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it like in school. The teachers would be like, no.
I guess it's fair, but I mean...
Like, Shakespeare would just make up a bajillion words whenever he needed one.
Well, he had the clout.
And well, yeah.
You have to have clout to do it.
Maybe it's the collar. If I got one of those...
There you go.
Maybe
That's the way to do it.
After all the gay jokes finished, maybe I'd have some clout.
Jeez Louise. Alright, this whole episode, I guess, is this now, because I find them fun, and I want to keep telling them, but if we get bored, we can stop me if I get bored.
Okay.
John Quincy Adams.
John Adams,
the sixth president.
Sixth president.
John Quincy Adams, his son.
Oh, okay.
Second president. Sixth president, yes. Sixth president. On February 23rd, 1848, Adams suffered a massive cerebral hemorrhage on the floor of the House of Representatives and died in the presence of fellow Congressman Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Aside from knowing future President Lincoln, did you find it on accident?
Yeah.
Adams had also known the first president of the United States. He was the only president to know both George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Which is kind of weird.
What a flex.
Yeah.
You know George Washington died before the first dinosaur fossil was found? He like narrowly missed it, and it makes me so sad.
I mean, it feels like it makes sense though, but
it's so sad though. Washington didn't know dinosaurs existed.
That is wild.
Like, could you imagine a life like that? without
is pretty wild.
that like wellspring of joy that is dinosaurs.
Yeah, there's another. Okay, what is this one? It's one that people talk about. Anne Frank.
Anne Frank and Elvis.
Not Elvis. Although they would have been.
They definitely
contemporaries,
would have been around. Yeah. No, the
Mar-
same age, I think.
No. So here it is.
I think Anne Frank and Elvis are the same age. Does that sound right?
I don't know. It's Anne Frank and Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, that
were
might be
born
it.
in the same year.
Oh, so it's that.
and here's something else that is wild.
It's the other king. Okay,
Here's something that's wild
that's
too.
where my brain went. It's the king.
They would have been 94 this year.
Oh my god.
Both of them very easily could have lived to this year.
Could you have imagined if we got like book signings from her?
Jeez Louise, yeah. No, but it blows my mind that I'm like, Anne Frank, Martin Luther King, and there's a third one that people throw in. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head right now, but there's, that's just for the comic medal.
That's just for the comic medal.
There's a third one that people always throw in, and I can't remember what it is. Here, do something cool. You want to do something cool?
What?
Go to the corner, the opposite corner of the pillar you're standing on, that one.
Like this?
Yeah, go into the corner side, like the corner, like top corner, top up.
I'm
top.
confused what you mean.
No,
There's
stop,
four
stop,
corners.
Top left corner from where we are looking right now, right there. Okay, now jump and spin. Now try to get a little bit more in the corner. You have to jump.
I see.
Yeah, you have to jump. It's actually, you don't even have to like run at it. You just jump in the right spot. You have to no, try it from the other side. It's easier from the other side.
What?
I'm trying to do a trick. You can edit this part out if you want.
Okay.
So right here, jump, and then spin. That's it. Just try that a couple times.
Okay.
It didn't work. I tried it a
Why
couple
isn't
times.
it working?
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I moved.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know how you did that.
How did I get the green star, by the way?
I don't know how. Which one? That one?
Oh, it's gray.
That's one you already got, bro.
I already got it.
You did already get it. Anyways, that's enough of those history facts for you, but there you
got
go.
a history fact.
What's your history fact?
I actually thought I had a fun one, and I
Yeah.
don't have it. This isn't a joke. I genuinely can't remember. I thought I knew a fun history fact, but I don't.
That's fair.
It's not on this
I
planet.
want to figure
It
out
is
who
on
the
this
third
planet.
one was.
I remember.
Yeah, you got it.
It's up here, not under here. Okay.
Was it Barbara Walters? Was that the one that people always talk about?
Wasn't
Same year. Barbara Walters, Anne Frank,
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King Jr.,
Nice.
Audrey Hepburn.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this all makes sense.
It's just so wild.
We're born in the late 30s, early 40s?
1929.
Not either. Okay.
But it's just so weird because it's like Anne Frank is so young in our heads that we associate
Yeah,
her as
she's-
being not the same age as these older people. But
How old was she when she
is.
died?
I don't know, like teens
I
probably.
thought she was like 14.
She probably 1929. Hitler came into power in like what 30?
Yeah, because like
38?
40s was World War II.
So yeah, she was probably like 14, 15.
That checks out, I guess.
It's very sad. Anyways, next episode we won't talk about the Holocaust.
Yeah, sorry I made
We'll talk about the Challenger explosion.
Sorry.
You think that's a joke?
Sorry I made a joke about book signing.
No, it's fine. It's kind of funny. Yeah, no, I made a whole joke about a sitcom with her and Helen Keller.
Hey, you can't
Watch Breath of the Wild. Thanks for
watch Breath of
watching.
the Wild.
Goodbye.
Watch the next episode.
Goodbye.
We're starting it now.